Well, you have to purchase something for a gamer for this Christmas season. What do you get them? They probably have everything that to do with gaming. They wouldn't be a gamer otherwise. I am Cindershadow, and this is my little channel. We do things here. We talk about games. We talk about Magic the Gathering, pop culture references, some ghost hunting games. It's that time of year where we've got to start thinking it's Christmas. And I know the last couple years, things have been dire when it comes to this particular season. If you're thinking in more of a positive light, you guys have been shut in for a very long time. And now you have a gamer that you want to go buy something for. Well, what do they have? What do they don't have? Most gamers already have a large set of dice. They have their video games already. They've got cards, they've got books, they've got games, they've got everything under the sun. And now you're like, well, they've already got this. I know they want the top game that's out there. Everyone will want the top game that's out there. I think right now, top of the list is like Halo Infinite. Does this lie? Where do you really want to get something for that gamer? What is different out there on the market and could be more personalized? Well, certain things for people are out there, and if they are a tabletop player, a Magic the Gathering player, a card game player, then they've probably got a buttload of dice that they don't know what to do with, or have something fancy to roll them on. Something like a dice tray is out there on the market, and they're quite easy to pick up. They're anywhere from like $10 to $20. You could probably find them on eBay, Amazon, or like I've done, and I've gone and looked at one of my local game stores on their site listings. And I've taken most of these images from Mission Fun and Games. They are a local game store that's here in close to Edmonton. They are in St. Albert, a suburb of Edmonton. And they have a wide variety of gaming supplies, and that's more what I think you would hit. So like a die tray is something that your gamer friend or family member may not even own. They may not even know they actually exist. They probably have a case for their deck, like a bag for their dice maybe. That's another thing you can maybe find is a different style of bag because they are out there on the market, or they have some sort of container that the dice they store them in, but they probably don't have something fancy that they can pull out and put on a table and roll the dice into. This helps contain them and helps keep them off and stop them from rolling onto the ground, stop them from being created objects that you can step on. So that's one idea that I came up with. Another one that is out there is possibly a dice tower. A lot of people don't probably even know that these exist. If you are a gamer, you're probably checking out this channel right now going, okay, well, these are neat ideas, but what do I do? Well, first off, you're going to probably show this video to your family member or your friends and be like, listen, this guy's got some great ideas. Maybe I'll share it out there, and maybe you can pick up some ideas to pick me up for Christmas, what I possibly want. Personally, I don't own a dice tower. I never have, and it's not something I probably would go out and buy for myself. But I would love something like this as a Christmas gift. I would love to be opening something like this because it's unique. These things, you could even make them at home you with a box and stuff like that. I believe there's even tutorials out there on YouTube that could find something like this. So that's another idea. Roughly, once again, these are anywhere from like the $15 to $20 range. You can really personalize these and get them up there, probably into the $30 range. But this is one of those inexpensive gifts that I think any gamer would love to open. Another one out there is 3D printed stuff. They're going to be great ideas. In this case, there's what looks like a 3D printed. These are actually a marketed silicone dice holder where you have a set of dice and you do put in your Dungeons and Dragons dice, one for each slot there. And these are a silicone one. But you could also look at a 3D printer. And I know here in my city, there is the local library that has a 3D printer that you can go and rent. So there is another way you could do this, and you could really personalize this by, if you have some computer know-how, and upload something to be printed in 3D, and you could come up with something very similar to this. Or you look once again at your local game store or online even, and see if you can find something like this. I believe eBay might be a better place for something like this, for a dice holder. This is very unique in particular. Once again, it's about the $20 to $30 range, where you could store your dice equally. Now, I am in Canada. For my channel here, I go by the name of Cindershadow. Because I am Canadian, a lot of these price points that I am listing here would be in Canadian dollars. So if you're in the US, they're going to be lower than this. They're going to be a lot lower than this. In Canada, we pay Canadian prices, and thus we pay duty, customs, and everything else that gets tacked onto them. So for us, things do go up there. So me saying this is a $20 to $30 Canadian gift is somewhere probably in the range of a $10 to $15 gift in the US. So that is another point to think about. Another one is if they are a big player of like Magic the Gathering, or they play Flesh and Blood, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh!, any of the collectible card games out there, a storage container for decks is essential. Having something that's in plastic like this, that the decks can be stored and held tightly and secured, is another great idea. You could put these together, store them, they don't get wet, it's in a waterproof container, and once again, these cost $25, $30. They're not that expensive. Also, that said, there is, in a lot of other board games, they are now selling where you can create dividers in these board games. Stuff like that, you got to look at your local LGS in particular to get a better price point on what those are going to be, because I believe those come in a multiple of variety of packs. And so you have a board game, and you need, board games are coming more minimalistic, or they're coming with just a very cheap, flimsy cardboard style cutout divider system that goes in there, where these ones I believe are wooden made or plastic made, and they're actually going to last a lot longer. So something for storage is another way to go. Best if you're looking at storage, if you go into a local game store, you want to probably talk to them about that if they have this type of thing. Something like this too, you can maybe go into your local Michaels or Crafty store, and they will have some storage containers as well in that sense. Now, for something a little bit more upscale and a little bit more, you could turn around and get personalized sleeves made through Dragon Shield. Now, these are actually something that people have been demanding for a long time. A lot of times when you try and get an order of personalized sleeves, they are quite expensive. You're looking at a couple $100, and then you're getting like 200, 300 sleeves. You're getting a lot of sleeves that you probably don't necessarily want, but it's the only way to make it affordable. But now Dragon Shield is come out with their own style of sleeves. So these ones are, you get 100 standard size sleeves, you provide the art, and it's $25. I believe this is American pricing. It should be, because they're an American company. But for $25, that seems like a hell of a deal to go down there. This is something that I think any gamer would love, and if you do your own sleeves, then it's going to be one of those particular options that you can go to. Another way you can really personalize what that gamer, or especially a card gamer, would be possibly getting a custom playmat now. Like, there's also supplies, but playmats, there isn't very many of these out on the market. If you are in your local area, I would hit up your local photographic store, because a lot of them will make mouse pads, and if you talk to them personally, they may even do an extended mouse pad, which would be more like a playmat. Up here in Canada, we don't get many options like this, because our population is not as grand as it is in like the States or the rest of the world. So our options are to look online. And one site here in particular that I found was called Inked Gaming. They have fully customizable playmats. You can order through them a playmat and get your own artwork put on there, and then you have you can personalize a playmat, which is actually pretty amazing when you think about it. I think Ultra Pro maybe was playing around with this as well. But like they've also got designs that are unique. Like, did you know what player can concede at any time? And it's the salt mine that's going to be there. And honestly, at $25 for a personalized playmat, that's pretty affordable ultimately. I don't see this being that expensive of a gift. There just might be a lead time, and for me personally, if you are Canadian, you're probably going to pay through the nose for this because it's probably going to be closer to $50 when everything is said and done once you do the conversion rate and all that. So it's very difficult in that sense. And that's why I say go talk to your local photographic store. A lot of them will have mouse pads or an extended mouse pad that could be doubled as a playmat. This is another one that a lot of you might not even know as a gamer that does PC gaming. If you are a PC gamer, there is the Xbox. The Xbox actually, because it's made by Microsoft, surprisingly has some capabilities that a lot of you don't realize. There's the new Xbox One and all this other stuff, but the Xbox 360 actually had controllers that you could plug directly into your computer. Did you know that? I don't know a lot of people out there actually knew that little detail. You plug it into your computer and you can go ahead and play. But if you're like myself and you've got a bunch of these, which are Xbox 360 wireless controllers, they do have the front piece where those plug into the into Windows, but there is an opportunity here to buy something like I have up on screen. It's the USB wireless controller PC laptop receiver. It's compatible for the 360 Slim game consoles, yada yada yada. You can get these things. I've gotten them as low as $20 before. You can get them generally on eBay. I just brought it up here on Amazon as an example of what this is. And in order to do this, all you do is you buy this thing, it gets shipped to you, and then you've got to go through a couple steps, which they do guide you through that, or they'll have a disc. You throw it in there, and then it gives you the drivers to use this wirelessly. And this is what I use for all of my gaming needs. These you can pick up at a thrift store for a couple bucks. So this is one of those unique gifts that you go out there, you buy this receiver. It does recognize up to four controllers at once. So if you have a great couch co-op for your PC and you want to be able to play with your friends, this is one of those things that can take it to the next level that most gamers, or like yourselves, you're looking for a gamer gift that you may not know about. Well, overall, that's what I've come up with right now for possible Christmas ideas for your average gamer, or for your specialized gamer even. That someone that is off the beaten cuff, they may play something more, they may look to elevate their game, and these certain little things do come up forward. They probably have an idea, like the Xbox receiver. It would be called an Xbox 360 receiver for PC. It would be the best way to search for that online. Now, what did I miss? Do you guys have ideas of your own that would be great, unique ideas for a gamer to purchase for themselves, or to have purchased for them for Christmas? Hopefully down in the comment section, you guys come up with many different ideas. There's even as simple as you can find your local artist that does gaming art. Like you can see behind me, right behind my head, two of those pictures is from a local artist that I know that does do art for Magic the Gathering, and he's done art for Pathfinder as well. That's in the frame above me there. So what do you guys think? Do you guys have more ideas? You want to help everyone else out? Put your ideas down below. If you do, don't forget to like and subscribe, and hey, share this one out there, because this is probably going to help more people than I think it probably could. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Mr. Proud Canadian Phoenix signing off. I was your host, Cindershadow, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you all next time. Geez, I really hope I do get something unique and fancy for Christmas.